But I'm really glad to know I'm that close to it. So you can just snap it shut. You just shouldn't have to. But boy, that's tight as Dick's hat band when you do that. Whew. Probably going to have to smoke this again to indicate where it needs to go down, because I don't see any place where it's hitting. It's mainly from here forward. I don't really see where it's hitting, so I'm going to smoke it. I found a washer, but I gotta reduce the OD size of the washer. This is a bigger pain than what I thought. I like this idea a lot better. You gotta be kidding me. That stupid washer just jumped out of this vice grips and went who knows where. And it's stainless steel, so a magnet's not going to touch it. Amazing, the physics of direction. When you're pushing something instead of, it's like the fingernails on the blackboard. You can see what I'm doing. I'm just filing it away towards outside diameter will fit in there. Now that I've got a hold of it with my vice grips, and I've filed everywhere except where I'm holding it, I got to flip it around and try to file off the remaining part, and this is where it gets dicey. Alright, I pulled that down to where this screw is almost at level. It's teeny bit recessed back in there. This one's right. This metal is down below this wood, which means I have wood I can trim off, and it's fitting nicely all the way around there, ready to be trimmed if this will snap in place. And this screw head is flush out. I still have to push it. It still doesn't snap. That means I got to start taking wood off of here to let this go that way. Which means I need to re-smoke these barrels. One final thing I need to check before I do that is I'm going to put this on the receiver, put the receiver and the barrels together. That way when I put this forearm on, I know it's in the exact right place. It may have a difference. It might actually make a difference. it doesn't. It fits nice and tight everywhere, but it doesn't make a difference. I still have to relieve some of where this hugs the bottom of the barrels. One more thing I'm going to do before I get too carried away trimming this out is I'm going to cut the outline, the footprint of this forearm. And the way I'm going to do that is just line up these two pieces of wood and just mark it and get it close. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be real close. And the reason I'm going to do that is this black where the barrel is touching may be out in here and out here in the front, which won't even be there when I get this thing sized down. So I may be trimming something that won't even be there, and when I get it sized down there may end up being a gap there. So I'm going to go ahead and bandsaw that off. The bad thing is it's got no more square sides right here. I can't hold it as well. I mean, I can hold it, but it doesn't fit as well as what it used to. I could actually get the pieces I cut off and set them back on there with some tape. Right now I'm just going to try to put it on the barrel. I'm fixing to drill this hole where this permanent wood screw goes in here on in the metal there, and because this is not very much thicker here than the length of this screw, I'm going to mark the depth. To punch a hole out the bottom of this would be an absolute disaster right now, so I'm just going to mark that with a red Sharpie. I'm not in yet, but I'm going to pull that thing out and put some paraffin on it. That is really a tight screw thread right there. You can use soap, bar soap. I don't like the way most bar soap smells, so I use paraffin. I'm going to leave all this metal on here and trim this back edge where it meets the metal. I'm going to trim that and around this lever plate. You see, I got to chisel that down. This thing is round on the bottom. and this metal is round on the bottom. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave it in here and go ahead and do my hand cutting. And then I'll pull the metal out and start shaping these sides now.